RPG Kid here, back with some more Homebody. In the previous video, we start our adventure and learn that we're in some weird time loop, and it's fun and everything, so great. And now I'm pretty sure we're about to get hit by the killer again. So, hey Francine, did you hear something just now? I did. It sounded like something breaking. Man, this is a little creepy. Oh God! I didn't want the masked man to kill me. Well, that's a great way to start it off here. Oh, what's this? Always love these middle of nowhere gas stations that they have in these little indie horror like games and such. I recognize you. Huh? You're the one with a sense of being better than the things you're better than. I understand where you come from. I've been there. I am there. What? Can I help you? I'm trying very hard to leave there. If you're anything like me, you've probably been expecting a reward, but winning only gets you in deeper. You're trying to find a way to keep your elbows clean? I'm there with you. I see your left arm raised. I'm curious about the state of your right eye. Just trying to gas up my car, dude. I'm gonna get going now. Who do you show your ticket to? Are you going to the train station? The rubble aside the train station? Are you going beneath the train station? Have a good night. Okay. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Okay, so in a glass darkly, page 110. Man, you could just have a whole entire video just reading some of these books in here. I'm gonna applaud the developers of this for, like, you know, having all these books probably exactly word for word. So this is where the missing page from the study drawer came from. Now, what do these colored bars mean? Blue, red, red, yellow. Oh, the 12 was supposed to be a clue to this, to check in 12, and that led to this. Okay. Did you say anything new? Hi, Gary. Hey, Emily. Talked to Cliff about you. I noticed. Thank you, Gary. Oh, you talked to him? What did he say? Did it go well? He went very Cliff, but not too badly. I think this is just his way of showing he cares. Being a jerk, you mean? Yeah. Sounds about right. The reality is, he misses you. We would never in a million years actually show it, or he would never, but he misses you. And no one person can convince him somebody actually misses him back. How's the weekend been going? It's been good. Cliff has been a little clingy, but it's been good just hanging out and talking in the atmosphere. Not quite like old times, but I guess we can't expect them to be. Megan's been holding up well. I think so. But you know how hesitant she is to talk about what's going on with her? Not like the weird keep it like a secret way Cliff does it, but I think she doesn't want to burden people. It's weird how when you see people again for the first time in a while, they seem like exaggerated versions of themselves. But I know that's in part because I'm exaggerated too. Does this house give you Hills Have Eyes/Texas Chainsaw vibe, or is it just me? I mean, it's a little more austere than Texas Chainsaw, but no, it's not just you. There's something unnerving about it. It's nice, but it's like too nice, you know? I've been looking around for hidden passageways, or at least a dumb waiter to hide in. Does this house even have a dumb waiter? There's no way this house doesn't have a dumb waiter. Or at least a lazy Susan. Now we just need our wacky friend who never takes anything serious to do a freak-out mass killer prank. You know, as a misdirect. Would that have been Pete? Shit, maybe you're right. That means he could be here, just like a scary clown at absolutely any moment. Where's Pete? I don't think anyone has heard from him today. He said he'd be here by like 6, but you beat him here. I hope he's okay. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. He's just forgetful. I hope so. Something about it just seems so weird. What's the plan for tonight? Oh, god damn it. Happy just killing time for a while. It's a good feeling. Oh, what a feeling, dancing on the ceiling. Cliff is working on dinner right now, but he says it should be done soon. You don't have to stay here talking to me just to be polite, Emily. Oh, it's square to run. I was like, why can't I run? Megan! Hey, Emily. I'm sorry I'm late. What's up? I may be in hell, but at least I can talk to my friends. I don't cry when I look at them, but I guess I'll just talk about the weather or whatever. It's nothing. Megan, do you have a memory of something strange happening? Like something in this house? Well, Emily, no, I don't. And I promise you that I would. It's been a long weekend. You said that's an unlicensed game. Clone cartridges like these were popular in countries where the major consoles didn't get distributed or too expensive. A lot of people had no way of knowing there was any other options. The bootlegs were the only choice. So people grew up with those instead of the real thing. Like a divergent cultural history or something. Exactly. I think it's super interesting. These things really flew on our radar, and in the US they're mostly remembered as funny, shitty curio, but there are people like me who are just as interested in collecting them. For preservation's sake? That's part of it. I like to think I'm helping preserve the history of these games. Retro collection is usually predicted on nostalgia, like recapturing the feeling of your childhood and getting back things that you feel you lost time. Which is exactly why the Pokemon games of old cost fucking hundreds of dollars, which is bullshit. Truth is, I didn't like my childhood. I'm so glad most of that stuff is gone. I'm sorry, Megan. Thanks. I'm over it. I know your childhood was no picnic either. It wasn't. But we can commiserate together, so it was worth it, right? Sure. The only things I'm nostalgic for are things that I didn't actually have. Things that I wanted but never got to touch, or things I never knew existed. Like this copy of Bird Mystery. I'm excited to be able to play it while I'm here. Where did that thing come from? Bird Mystery was just here waiting for me when I got here. You can play it too. Go ahead and give it a try. I feel like this is supposed to be Megan, not Emily. Video games really brought us together, didn't they? Yeah. Games get a bad rep for being an isolation and depressing thing. But I owe a lot of good stuff in my life to them. Stuff like my friendship with you. That doesn't stop me from feeling like a fucking dork sometimes, but you know. There's a lot of our lives in some of these old games. A lot of experiences in places that never existed. Totally. I remember pouring so many hours in a single save of some of these brutal old RPGs especially. Oh yeah, I feel that. Can manage with only one save file is unbelievable to me. I could never jump like wild from genre to genre, game to game like you could. The fear of death around any corner in those games really stressed me out. Hey, a little on the nose with this one. Makes me realize I was probably dealing with OCD way before I even knew it. I feel you. I remember one time I spent more time in a week in Morrowind than I did in my actual life, just falling asleep and waking up and going right back to Balmer or Dragonus or whatever. That was one of the first times I remember lucidly realizing I was depressed. I feel very understood right now. Same. I said Homer was weird about silverware? Said Homer was weird about silverware? He's weird about everything. He left us a huge binder of instructions on how to lock doors and organize closets. Is that supposed to protect him or us? That's a great question. I guess this place was just his whole world for too long. He knew it inside and out, where everything was supposed to be. Oh, and also, we just found out, Mr. Nest, he was really specific that he didn't want any knives in the house. Knives? Why? No idea. Cliff is in the kitchen cutting an eggplant with a knife from a McDonald's breakfast. I'll talk to you again soon. Cool. I kinda wanna go play Minesweeper and like... Hey, Cliff. Hey. Are you doing alright, Emily? You seem pretty shaken. I'll be fine. Just tired. Oh, okay. Hang in there, buddy. Do you remember something messed up just now? Like, I had this weird dream of something scary happening. What? Didn't you walk in the door like a minute ago after driving here alone? Should I be taking your keys? How have things been going with you, Cliff? Same shit, different day. I'm still hanging in and not thrilled about it. Are you still doing like construction work? Electrical work? What kind of work are you doing now? I take what I can get. It's kind of day to day. Most has been electrical stuff, yeah. Yikes. That doesn't sound easy. I don't want it to be easy. Because the hard work keeps it honest? I'm doing demanding and dangerous work without a certification. It wasn't honest to begin with. Mark, the contractor I've been working for, talks about how most of the worst accidents on a site doesn't happen during something dangerous. That when people get complacent. Does that mean it's always dangerous? In a sense. The worst, again, is when you're just not thinking. On your belly in a crawl space, and your head or chest goes over a live wire. That's 240 volts straight into your brain or your heart. You're pretty much done. Jesus, that's grim. Yeah. By the way, I've been spending a lot of time in crawl spaces lately. Cliff, I heard you actually saw a comet this time. Yeah. It's corny as shit, but when I saw it, my eyes welled up. Was it a big one? It was. It looked like a goddamn cartoon. Who else was too distracted to notice it? Honestly, it wasn't the same without you there. Aw. You have a way with these guys. And last night would have helped. Times you could have cut the tension out there with a fucking knife. Because of the expectations after last time? Maybe. I think everybody's aware of how much time has passed. I was wondering whether this tradition is worth keeping alive. This house is kind of spooky, huh? I guess. Emily, you don't need to stand here talking to me. I don't know, I feel like I gotta have that on for some reason or another. Huh. The plates looking like that seem weird to me. Hey, Francine. Hi, Emily. I've been waiting to say to you. This morning I heard Cliff talking with Gary about how much he misses you and how he's frustrated that he hasn't heard from you in a while. I'm guessing those weren't the words Cliff used. No, they weren't. He's really spitting venom to all of us. Gary talked him down, though. I thought it was interesting to hear Gary speaking on your behalf, working to be sure Cliff would be excited to see you. Cliff was that down on me, huh? You know how fickle Cliff is. He does have a short memory. You're right. I think Gary just needed to remind him of how much he cares about you. It was very persistent of him to do that before you even got here. Persistent, yeah. How do you know Cliff was gonna make things weird? Yeah, that is true. Like, I'm noticing some of these conversations. It seems like they're remembering some of the conversations. It's like, okay. So they're remembering some stuff, so... Persistent, yeah. How do you know Cliff... Oh, I already said that. Do you have a feeling of deja vu? In a nostalgia way, you mean? No. Are you doing okay, Emily? No, I think I just need to sit down. You're dehydrated. We are get this. What's been treating you so far? It's been good. A few wrinkles, but mostly good. Everybody's still basically themselves after all this time. Cliff's been a bit of a prick, but what else is new? Gary and Megan have really been getting along. Though Megan has mostly been parked in front of that video game. Make yourself isolating? Is she doing okay? No, it's nothing serious. It's clear exactly what she wants to do. Even though she's been spending a lot of this trip staring at that screen. Admittedly, it's a pretty cool old screen. Sure. I mean, her curiosity is always infectious, if she has a narrow face. By the way, I really do hope it isn't too stressful for you to be out here in the middle of nowhere. I know how hard it can be for you to be trapped in places you're not familiar with. I'd rather be in a place here than outside, at least. Good point. The woods around here are dark. I guess that's kind of how I always feel about being outside. Like when we were trapped at the Brookridge Mall, remember? Oh, Christ. Yes, I do. They built the mall's parking lot like a big basin without any sewers to drain into. One night worth of bad rain and yeah, a couple of teenagers get stuck there overnight. Right? A sleepover in a shopping mall overnight isn't quite the fantasy TV would have led me to believe. But back then, you were a real post for me to hitch myself to. You being there made that night manageable for me. Same. Francine, I heard you actually saw a comet this time. I'm actually curious. Maybe this is happening to all of them? Maybe they are all experiencing this, so maybe that's how they remember how Gary remember the conversation that we had with Cliff. So maybe we're all kind of working together in some way, shape, or form. Like they're all trying to do their own thing while besides Megan. But, or maybe they're all just, I could be wrong with that too, except maybe they just remember the conversations. I don't know. A meteor, not a comet. But yes, it was amazing. Humbling, kinda. Cliff said things were a little weird last night. Is everybody getting along okay? Cliff has very binary response to people. It's hard to know how to stay on his good side. It's nice to be back in touch with everybody. Feels kind of like a dream. Or a nightmare. Ha 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 ha. I'm glad to see you. In one piece, I mean. Oh, this one actually went through. You're referring to the last time we went out to watch the Perseus? It's been on my mind, yeah. I wasn't paralyzed and I didn't go missing. I fell and hit my head. Sure, we spent a portion of the night in the ER, but that was its own kind of togetherness, wasn't it? Right. I have complicated feelings about that night for sure. What do you think of the library? From an anthropological standpoint, they're fascinating. It's fun painting a picture of someone based on the contents of their bookshelf. As far as the books themselves, they're not bad, per se, but very dated. Yeah? What can you tell me about the homeowner from these books? I would guess he's very much a product of his time, and I suspect a number of drugs. Probably. Seems to have stopped collecting sometime in the 70s. There are signed first editions by Gary Sander, Lawrence Farrell Yeti, but none of the spines are broken, like they were never read. More of a collection than a library, maybe. Absolutely. These books are here to be surrounded by, not necessarily to be read. I doubt you're here just for me, Emily. Why don't you go talk to the other kids? Okay, so I talked to everyone. Hi, Francine. Emily, go sell him for a few, okay? Okay. So I think the power goes off like roughly around 9 something is when that happens. So let's play some Minesweeper, try to beat that. Okay. Well, we know for sure this one has to... Well, if it's a 1, then... Hey, I won! But why does that matter? Safe Kid's Guide to Logging Online. I wonder if that's where the guy comes from, is from in there. That's the bathroom. Okay, so that adds 5 every single time. Close. This needs to be how much? Oh, 12 PSI. Oh, that's going to take a while. Okay, so let's... 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. What's the brand stack pumps operating base? Yeah, that's what I figured. Let's the brand stack pump comes with a configurable set of pressure cylinders that can be arranged in any order. Normal cylinders increase PSI output by 1 per unit of fluid. Heavy-duty cylinders reinforced with a bulkier housing increase PSI outputs by 5 per unit of fluid. Input fluid amount displayed on the left. Output PSI value is displayed on the right. So that's going to help with something. There we go, examine mess. How did that even happen? God! Francine. What's up? Trouble's really following you tonight, huh? I think I've done all I can upstairs for now. Megan. Better try to figure this situation out. Okay. Cliff, hey. What's up? Crap, trouble's really following you tonight, huh? Eggplant parm in progress. Fuel tank is secure, but all pumps in the house. So there was something else that involved a pump. I think it's too late for me to go down into the basement. So I feel like if I go down there, the dude will be there. This feels somewhat very like, I can't remember the name of the game, but there's like another game that's somewhat like this where you kind of like repeat things over and over again, but like in between each death, like we just saw earlier, there's like a little bit of some context that happened before the incident, like when we were filling up gas. It's not right here. It's extremely not right here. Got to get out now. Oh. So that's how I can pause with the touch screen. It's scary. It's dead. Francine. She's dead. She's been stabbed. Oh God! Oh fuck me. The controls fucked me there. There's a trophy for looking at all your friends' dead bodies in a single cycle. Are you Pete? You are Pete. Hey, Emily. Pete? I know that look on your face. You've been trying yourself in knots, running this night through your head over and over again, trying to think of a way out. You see the house, with its doors locked and power out. It's kind of walking metaphor roaming in its halls. You see me in the woods, with my throat slit. No, I have not. Am I right about that last part? I don't know. Maybe it just got something to do with this. Who's to say? Good thing the cellar opens on its own, huh? And you're technically not supposed to go down there? You're technically not supposed to get murdered, right, either. The note in the main bedroom made it seem like the combination's down in the cellar somewhere. Some kind of cage. Guess you need to explore down there a little more. Okay, that's all I have for now. See you again soon. And it seems like if you keep flubbing around like this, you get dragged into like okay. So happy you're here. How you feeling? I'm fine. Fine isn't a feeling, but I'll take it. How was the convention? It wasn't worth it. I took a loss on business cards alone. And that's just financial loss. I wasn't expecting to make a killing or anything. I was hoping to get, like, some validation or something. But imagine how much I love your work, Emily. Oh, stop. Are you excited to get out there and see the Perseids? I guess so. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I'm all shaky. I feel like I drank a ton of coffee. I had to stop doing that years ago. Wow, you're pretty into space stuff now, huh? Oh, Emily, I don't know if this is a door you want to open. I spent a lot of time on astronomy Wikipedia lately. It's a pestilence. Okay, so to start out, you're probably asking yourself, what the heck is a Perseid? What we call the Perseids are actually bits of junk that fell off a much bigger comet, the Swift Turtle. It has the whole cloud of bits that follow it around its orbits. Those bits get burned up in our atmosphere, hence the streaks of light. In fact, some of those little bits have been a part of the cloud for 1,000 years. Neat. Isn't it? To think about how it went so far away, just to come right back to us again. Still nothing from Pete, huh? Nothing. Why do you ask? Something about this just doesn't feel right. It's not really like him to go silent for days at a time. Guess that's true. Must be having a real crazy weekend. Has anyone heard from Pete? Actually, how did you guys even hear from him? Isn't there like no signal out here? Oh yeah, last time we had signal was out in this little mountain town not far from here. We stopped on the way in to eat and to sponge up a final few drops of cell reception. Any good food in town? Not really. There's a Denny's, where we didn't eat. A place called Blister's Burgers, where we absolutely did. Ew. Yeah. It's super unappetizing, but I guess it's the owner's name, Arthur Blisters. Remind me of the place back in town with the giant hot dog outside. I love that hot dog. Me too. Nowhere from Pete, though. Wait, why are we talking about this? Emily, are you really that anxious about this weekend? I guess it's kind of silly. I'm just trying to keep a lid on it, given the circumstances. I just think there's no benefit acting out that feeling of unsafety, Emily. I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it stop. You don't have to apologize, Emily. We're here for you. What's the plan for tonight? It's kind of wild, huh? Oh yeah, isn't this place fucking wild? There are inconsistent lights. Can you believe that? I mean, you should go talk to some other kids. Yeah. Again, hey Em. Earlier I put ice in a red cup of Shasta Cola and felt a pain of nostalgia. Like, remember having to put ice in drinks to survive the summer? Yeah, and ceiling fans. Yeah, fans in general, honestly. Sound of a fan feels so 90s to me, which I guess is just how nostalgia works. Discomfort in general has a kind of nostalgia quality to it. Like, I never remember being more constantly frustrated than when I was an irascible kid. As a kid, my sisters in my room had this unbearable wallpaper, a red nested square pattern. It looked like this shine or some shit. I remember lying in bed tracing the lines for hours and never finding a way out. Wow, I could probably mentally snap right back into that frustration, right? If I was an actor, I could use it to make myself cry. When I think about that, I feel like I'm there. Like it's the past. That's the goal. There's a liberating quality into it that I think is kind of misplaced, like all of us on the last Perseids trip. Waiting in the yard to get Francine her stitches. Forgot about that. Yeah, it was kind of more of a me and her thing. That would never have happened if we had pretended drinking beers in a parking lot was something we're interested in doing. And to be honest, I kind of feel like that way about the whole Perseids thing. Who cares about, like, a ritual? I mean, you guys are super meaningful to me, but staring at the sky isn't. The experience felt old, even if it wasn't. Totally. I don't know. None of us do. So strange. Later on, we're eating and watching a movie, but until then, I'm hoping just to sit here and game. Cliff's working on dinner right now, but he keeps saying he should be done soon. Oh yeah, isn't it wild? It gives me a major 7th guest vibes. Remember when we brought an old copy of that game, that Goodwill? The box was worn like someone had thrown it across the room. Yeah, it looked like somebody had a pretty bad time with it. I mean, the game wasn't what I remembered it being. Definitely not the Carnival of Terror we remembered from our childhood, no. I still remember the sting of how scary it has been. That was enough to make me uneasy. A little too slow paced for me, though. That was more like the type of games you and Francine used to play. No, Novus. Talk to you later. Cool. It's weird that it's like when I got some of those options, they didn't pop up, but I feel like it's the case. So let me look at my memories again. I'm actually curious if I probably have to go back up there and set this up to how it should be, which I guess... Is this actually the proper... Yeah, I think this is the proper way to have it. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, that's the way I have to have it set up. And then there's my Minesweeper, so... And then... Where is it? This. My note. So if that thing is tied to that, maybe I just have to hit every single box. Have it similar to this. Which would mean press everything but those 3. But I thought it was a 5 by 5. Okay, let's... Do you have anything? Hey, Cliff. What's your step on me? I'm starting to think the workman's stuff is pretty dodgy. Sure, your feet don't break right through the floorboards. What makes you say that? I closed one of those cupboards a minute ago and the damn thing cracked right in half. The whole place is like the cheapest quality wood. Disneyland. Earlier, Gary opened the closet too fast while doing a bit, and the door almost disintegrated in his hands. Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's either poor workmanship or termites. Either way, I know we're footing the bill on the rental insurance. Cheap bastards. What's the plan for tonight? I'll be doing whatever. Once I'm done with the food we're gonna eat, then I think the plan was literally question mark. This house is kind of spooky, huh? I guess. How's the trip been treating you so far? It's been okay. Deep enough into the woods outside, you open up to a clearing, and those jagged rocks come up on the ground like God's whatever. Incisors, that's what it was. Never seen so many little... I've seen so little pollution, it was beautiful. It's been good being around, you know, your friends. These people here in this building. Oh yeah, that. For the most part, yeah. Do you see the others a lot these days? I mean, plenty, sure. Meg and Gary are good friends, patient, good listeners, but absence doesn't necessarily make the heart grow fonder, you know. Francine, you mean? Look, I don't have a problem with Francine, but I don't have a problem with Francine. Alright, fine, she's mean to me, but you're mean to me and I still like you. Shut up. Anyway, Francine's just been cold, I guess. Working through her own shit, maybe? I don't know. Lord knows I'm not treating her any differently than usual. Uh-huh. How have things been with you? Oh, is that what that's supposed to be them? I've been, hanging in there. That sucks. How was the drive? What'd you do? Take the 80 most of the way? What? That's how I would have done it. That's it? What? Cliff, I don't get it. Do you just not want to be close to other people? Sure, get everybody nice and close. That way they'll get the chance to stick the knife in, right? I love you, Cliff. You know I feel the same way about you. The fuck? This is all over the place, if I'm being completely honest. Like, it's... see jack shit up there. They won't even let me look in here. What's this guest book? Thank you for having video games. You know why this feels like a yearbook, but this place is cool, hags. Nice to have a written note for once, on real paper even. So I'll talk to Francine, then I'll do the... Oh, I don't think I've looked at the note up there. Francine, Emily, it's just me or does everyone seem kind of downbeat tonight? I'm feeling it too. There's a pall over this whole thing. It's like we're all mourning something. Maybe it's just a mistake. It's not too late. We can turn it all around. I'm not so sure. But it is in keeping with a trend. All of us pulled together through mutual convenience rather than mutual attraction. Just like we were when we met in school. And anyway, that was the way everyone's brought before you left. Something's changed around here. But some things haven't. You're piecing stuff together about the owner of the house, huh? I forgot you didn't get to meet him. His name is Parker Nest. Seemed like a pretty charming person. Maybe a little eccentric, though. He aggressively mentioned the parties he used to have here. How some of them embedded and ebbed and flowed for weeks at a time. So this weird old man who owns this house is way cooler than we could ever hope to be. From a certain point of view, sure. Killing once reminisced about his glory days, suddenly dropping names of dead writers he knew. Kept mentioning Ken Kesey and the electric Kool-Aid acid test. Seems like they were in the same beatnik milieu, though. Though I can't tell you if Ness saw it as a party or an experiment. Hey man, was he wearing a black turtleneck? He was wearing a green cardigan. I understand the joke you're making, but no. Does he still have the goatee, or did he go full sea Captain Beard in his old age? Clean shaven, actually. I'm surprised too. For all we know, he's an acid casualty who was in the right place at the right time, and I'm not about to go snooping for evidence to the contrary. I used to love snooping. I also used to love mixing every pop together at Burger King. That doesn't mean I should keep doing it. God, I remember doing that. Oh, it's called them suicides. Now they're called something else now. I can't remember what the kids of today are calling them. I no longer feel the need to rummage through an old man's personal things. But if you're more comfortable digging, knock yourself out. I heard something interesting about the homeowner. Oh yeah? What'd you find? Plans for some kind of project? Like he was building a machine. Tiers were like copper wiring, a glass porthole, tungsten lining. I'm sorry, what? Tungsten lining? What were they building? A particle accelerator? Right. Sounds like some kind of experimental torture device. Found something else about Parker Nest. Really? That's interesting. What'd you find? An artist's statement about the hydraulic pumps in the house. Like the one in the bathroom? Yeah, I think so. Turns out they're actually filled with blood. Blood? Like gallons of it? I guess not, but like a little bit of blood. So the people that live in this house just wanted to put their signatures on it. Seems that way. I think it's some kind of metaphor. Anyway, I guess this puts a point in the weirdo artist column instead of the mud scientist column. Mad scientist. Still weird though. Found something else. At some point in the 80s, Ness had some high-tech security installed. High-tech for the time at least. But after living in this house in the middle of nowhere for such a long time, who could he have been trying to keep out? Or in? And I'll mention something about a cage in the cellar. I can't tell if it's a good kind of special creepy paranoia or just normal old guy paranoia. How come you're spending all your time in the study, Francine? We're on a weekend trip with a group of friends. We don't see that often. Everybody's downstairs enjoying the evening together, and you're alone reading the guy's book collection. What's got you so interested in him? In Nest? I don't know. It just seems like he's lived a fascinating life. I can't claim to have any particular interest in the culture he was a part of. But there's something appealing about the primary source. Got access to everything there is to know about him. The answers are still here. Are all here. It's been good seeing the other kids, but we'll have plenty more time together. I'm not going to be able to sit here reading these books forever. Found more stuff. Newspaper article about Ness and his group. And a picture of him in a struggling small business. Oh yeah, I read that one. He must have been pretty charismatic back then. I guess he still is now. There's just something about a man with followers that doesn't sit right with me. Sorry of a story that ends in mass suicide. So I never heard of him before. I guess everything went okay. I could just be an innocent 60s nerd doing their thing. Everybody had followers back then, right? I guess even the best of 60s nerds had something to hide. I don't think my influential counterculture icons look good with the benefit of hindsight, but that seemed like a kind person. I'm choosing to take comfort in that right now. And I felt like Ness wasn't actually the star of that particular show. It seemed like his partner Clara was the actual mastermind. A creepy piece of writing about transformation. I saw that one. I think Ness left it out in the hopes we would read it. Kind of insidious, isn't it? Talk about shedding the husk you're trapped in and becoming something new or whatever. It's pretty culty, yeah. He asked me why I was so interested in Nest. How about you, Emily? Why are you doing so much digging? I don't think you mean, but it seems like there's some lessons to be learned here. I think it might be his fault we're trapped in an endless cycle of death. Something about him just rubs me the wrong way. Huh? That's fair. He's a quaint old man now, but his house is full of evidence of a merry band of misogynistic going-on months-long drug binges. But Emily, you just got here. You haven't even unpacked your bag. Yeah, I should go unpack the stuff that I packed. Been a while. So, how was the drive? What? Did you take the 80 or... What are you, Cliff? You know I had the same drive as you. I did a good 30 hours ago, but we were coming from the same place. Right, of course. How have you been? Pretty okay, I think. Finally doing a bit better with everything. Have you been making any new friends since you moved? I mean, sure. I've been working my way into a few circles of friends. Been slow, but I'm being proactive. I believe in you. That stuff all comes with time. Time isn't really an objective. Aside from freelance, I really got nothing but time. I'm working on the social stuff, but most of the people I talk to on a daily basis are just kind of terrible. I get what you mean. People really stress me out sometimes. That's why I stick to people I know. But the pool of people you know thins out over time. Before I left home, the only people I knew were Cliff, Gary, Megan, and Pete. Same. I mean, exact same. Them and Laura, I guess. How's Laura been? She's been your roommate now for what, almost 2 years? Laura? She's doing great. She's been out of the apartment more than usual for work stuff, but she's been good. Wow that we've been living together for almost 2 years now. I'm really grateful for her. Oh, good. Is she still working in data entry? Data analysis, yeah. Yeah, she's great. How nice. How's regret not getting to know her better. Yeah, she seemed to like you too. The time that you met, we went out to breakfast last week. That sounds nice. Do you know anything about the Clara that Ness is involved with? Was involved with. At least that's what I think. Based on the way he talks about her. Talked about her? When? When he was showing you the house? Yes, he couldn't stop bringing her up. Like everything about the house reminded him of her. Were they together? Decidedly not. Her name's Clara Jones. He said she had an engineering degree. They met in the art community in the late 60s. They had kind of an art collective living here when they were in the 70s, 80s. Very bohemian. They're not working together anymore? Nah, he talked in the past tense. A lot of long, wistful looks. It was in their youth, he said. She dabbled in exploratory art installations, and he used his relationships with her to toy with what he called experimental areas in the realm of physics. Which means they were at the same parties. And on the same drugs, yes. But I think it went deeper than that. They worked together for years, and Clara helped Ness set up an electrical system security in the house. Apparently the whole art collective thing disintegrated a long time ago, before Ness became a recluse. Any idea why the two of them fell out? None. I know that Ness hasn't really left the house for a few decades. At that point, that and bless him, he doesn't seem like he's the easiest person to get along with. Maybe as simple as that. In any case, Ness wasn't too eager to get into specifics. Has anyone heard from Pete? I don't know. I miss him, but I'm sure he'll be fine. What's the plan for tonight? Later this evening, we're going to be watching a movie, I think. For now, I'm enjoying the resources of the house. Cliff is making dinner right now, and though he kept saying he's almost done, I'm not quite buying it. Why don't you go catch up with the others? Come hell or high water. Festivities. Okay, so... like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm done with everything up here. So I did that. Hey, I heard a loud noise just now. Did you see something in the bathroom? No. Oh, okay. Weird. Bye. Later. Cliff. What's up, Emily? Not here just for me, Emily. Why don't you go talk to the other kids? Gary, why don't you go catch up with the others? This feels very like Resident Evil-like in a way, in terms of controls. What I mean by that is like, so like if you move into like a different part of the... Oh, I can't talk to her right now. I don't really know what else I can really do until the time comes where I can go down to the... Where the fuck should go? Francine. Okay, so I'm done talking to all of them for now. Oh. It's empty? I totally forgot to pack. What the hell? So I just want to look at everything. So I don't really have anything too interesting, I guess. That's not really the right word I'd say, but... Yeah. Oh, it couldn't even jump. Oh. Francine. What's up? Man, this is a little creepy. Cliff. What's up? Don't like this. Should I figure out okay? She can't see shit there. Gary. Hey, Emily. Crap. Troll's really following you tonight, huh? Okay, what did I not examine over here? I did not examine this. There's a tunnel near the floor that, when I look into the darkness, seems like it stretches into infinity. So again, it's makes me want to hyperventilate. I don't want to know what's on the other end, but metal bars stop me from finding out. Okay, so this was a 4x4 grid. So if I need to hit everything besides the mines, it'd be... Or I guess maybe I have to hit everything... Hit the mines. What did that do, though? Oh. Not ready to solve this yet, huh? Okay. Blue, red, red, yellow. I feel like that's impossible to do. is seriously wrong here. I wish I could tell you we were being irrational. Damn this heat, I can feel it pulsing off the sand. Pushing me upwards, I swear I could fly. Like I could just lift my wings in. Can I have a glass of water? I'm really thirsty. My tummy hurts. I think I'm gonna take a nap. I feel better when I wake up. Cliff is dead. It's Megan. She's dead. It's a lot of blood. Oh boy. Okay, let me look at my puzzle. So I figured this out. So I think once I open that one, that opens up the thing above. Okay. And this is tied to the door there, but how the hell can I make that? I see it's because it's impossible to get the line, especially 2 mill lines, to be the same. I mean, could I do it by going backwards? I never tried going backwards. So I definitely have to do the pump thing. But maybe I gotta go into the garage and check how much more pressure is left, and then match that. Amazing things are brittle, but how they last forever. $35. There we go. Invoice the delivery of 2 industrial-grade Galvanorian generators to the house. Attached with a handwritten note. Parker, I thought your accumulator was an acoustic device. Why are we suddenly looking to generate more power that we could use in a year? Randon, the silent killer. Silent no longer. Odorless, colorless, deadly. Randon may have infiltrated our home array. The most dangerous thing you can't see, hear, taste, or smell. Do you know? Thousands die from random exposure every year. Randon comes from the natural breakdown of uranium found in the soil your home is built on and the water you drink. Randon is the number 1 cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Randon attaches itself to dust particles in the air. Now radiation is 4 PCIL. Randon is equivalent to 100 chest x-rays. Symptoms of random poisoning will not appear until you have lung cancer or are about to. See doctor immediately. Randos and randoms. Do quit smoking. Don't wait. Randon may already be inside your home. Do test your home for radon. Don't let annual home maintenance slip. Do repair foundation damage and filter your drinks water. Don't ignore deadly signs like wheezing, shortness of breath, or coughing of blood. Make sure your family is safe from dangerous random with tungsten brand random test kits. On the wall, some kind of electronical diagram and attaches a small note with a 3-digit number, 278. What's the combination to get into the cellar? Now I'll be able to get down here before the power goes out. Ah. That's not the same combination for that. So I have a way down to the cellar now. Probably saw me hide, right? Yep. So it didn't matter. Oh well. I think this is a good spot to end it anyway once I get back into the house, so... Hope getting out here wasn't too much of a hassle for you guys. Emily, for real, the drive was fine. It'd be like nothing for miles except trees, and then once every hour we'd see cows or something. At one point we stopped at one of those roadside boiled peanut stands, so we saw the guy ladled some of the hot nut water into his mouth, so we left without getting any. It sounds to me like you saw something that made you feel funny. Should tell a trusted adult right away. Did a joke just go over my head? I feel like this is one of those Emily Francineisms, and none of us speak that language. Wait, you guys don't know that story? So, like, do you guys remember when the local arts council held the mini-con in the spring? I got a booth that was crushing like crazy to churn out little paintings and zines, while also doing homework poorly. And because I'm a good friend, I offered to help set things up to make her life easier. That I wanted an excuse to hang out and people watch. Emily sends me to Kinko's to pick up a box of freshly printed and very glossy nice autobio zines. Get 'em back to the con just in time for the show to get going. I was excited to see how the book came out because I was nervous about full bleeds and whatnot. And when I opened the box, it was not my zines. It was instead fully packed with a variety of public safety and surprisingly Christian pamphlets, like the kind you get in Dare or one of those the ones assholes leave instead of tips. They were chick-tract adjacent, and people were already in the hall browsing and panicking because the print job was expensive. I was hoping to make my money back. And now I have a box of the shit people try to hand you at the grocery store. My booth next to me saw the whole thing and wanted to read them. And I'm standing there feeling like the biggest idiot on planet Earth for ruining my friend's show. Then Emily fans them out at the table, scribbles a little sign that says $1, and those things start selling like hotcakes. Turns out dissatisfied stoners really love Dare. A Therma. This pamphlet sold better than anything I've tried to sell since. Still got some somewhere. Ever since, little snippets of those pamphlets still just randomly pop into my head. Drinking ain't cool. Don't be an fool. Fool was an acronym. Something about peer pressure. I don't know. I remember making mad libs out of the fill-in-the-blank questions in the back of the pamphlets. Most things really like alcohol. Francine, you made the best mistake possible. You saved me from having other people see cartoons of me unsuccessfully trying to convince the Krispy Kreme employees to let me have some of their burnt-up donuts that got stuck in the production line and having an inexplicable panic attack in the parking lot. No one needs to see that. So thank you again for fucking up so bad. Did they let you have the donuts? They did not. So you really took those old brochures literally, huh? What do you mean? Drinking ain't cool? That sounds like something you would say. I'm almost afraid to drink around you because you get all judgy. You know what? I just realized I need to go find my binoculars. I'll be right back. Pete's just standing right there. It's messed up that they don't just let you have the donuts. I mean, they're just going to the trash anyway. You doing okay in here? Yeah, just need a second. You said that, yeah, like 14 minutes ago. Well, I told the gang I would bring these binoculars along for a trip, so I've been looking for them. I don't think they're here, so now I'm curled up in a ball trying not to hyperventilate. Yeah, I kind of figured. Thought you were doing great. I haven't seen you this on in a while. I think 20 minutes of on is all I can do. I think I can only do that because Francine's wingmanning me. It's embarrassing. When we meet, it's all Captain Cool, helping Francine keep her shit together. I'm not like I was back then in school. I don't even recognize that person. You don't have to be perfect for them to like you. You're their friend. They already like you. Do they like me or do they just like whoever that was? Unless you've been quietly struggling with demonic possession or something, whoever that was is still you. Look, I don't want to make you feel any more guilty about, but I can only talk to your friends about data analysis for so long. You're fine. You're safe. They miss you. Even if they'll never forgive you for not being able to find the binoculars. Come on, I'm making tea. Would you need a pair of binoculars to find that pair of binoculars? Get your feet off my table. Jesus, what are you, my mom? I just don't want you ruining my table. I eat on that. Cliff, we need to talk about that binocular joke. I'm disappointed in you. It's okay. Laura turned it off. I know. You're really worried about this, huh? Like you're worried about me ruining your table. Cliff, cool it. Just messing around. Guy's apartment is so cute. Seems like a really nice area. Thanks. Yeah, we got super lucky. Lots of cool little shops nearby and a good variety of overpriced cafes. Will we even be able to see the shower out there with all the light pollution? Come on, it's not that bad if you go like a mile out of town. Anyway, the moon is just a tiny crescent tonight. Barely any competition for the parasites. Hell, maybe binoculars would be cool. Getting lost, look for treasure, or thesis major, and Gon's district, and all the other stuff the magic school bus tried to teach me about. Ah, hell, I gotta text my neighbor see if she'll feed my guppies. Didn't take care of that before you left? I'm taking care of it now. Hot nut water guy got me thinking. But the hot nut water would probably be pretty good. Super umami, yeah. Obviously, but hot nut water guy also got me thinking. I feel like travel becomes way less stressful once you just accept that things in a new place are gonna be uncertain and weird instead of trying to control every last detail. Just go with the flow. Like that time we were out in the mountains and decided to follow signs for our family fun center. Head up in a burned down old ghost town with no signs of escape. Totally. Crackling of a distant rocking chair, unreadable old billboards bleached white by the sun. Tetanus on every surface. Gotta love that pre-coddling sense of unknowable danger. Guys, guess what? I'm changing the subject. What are we gonna eat for dinner? I could go for some za. I think we could do better than za. Emily, you live here. Where should we get food? So we get a Thai place down the street. There's a dinky little diner with one of those rotating pie cases. Right on the corner is a super authentic Italian deli. Sure, yeah. Let's just get a pizza. What? In that case, we better get going if we're gonna get to Domino's before they close. Crud. Okay. Let me just do the rounds of the apartment real quick before we go. Emily, seriously, are you still worried about your knobs? It's not that unreasonable. The apartment next door to mine was like, I guess, a crash pad for pilots who were coming into the airport down the road. The city shut off our gas and nobody was around to turn the pilot light back on. No pilots for the pilot light? They had one job. I'm taking heat for the binocular joke, and you can get away with that one. Right? Anyway, with the pilot light off, the room just slowly swelled with gas. By the time the landlord finally came by to shut off the valve, the apartment was so filled with gas that the windows had bowed out from the pressure. Sure, but that has to be rare. Rare, but it happens, and gas is invisible, so I worry about that too. The thing that bothers me is like, what happens if my lungs are full of gas and it ignites? My lungs are getting all burnt up from the insides. Wouldn't the gas need oxygen to ignite? What's my lungs if not oxygen? Guys, I think we should stop talking about this. Why should we? Listen, gas isn't some magic murder monster coming to kill you. Turn the knob and it's off. That's it. Pete, help me out here. Hi. Exactly. Thank you. That's just what I'm talking about. Look, let me put this rest for you, Emily. See? Did we all die in a blazing inferno? No. So you can relax now. Wow, Cliff, you're right. I'm so relaxed. Now, if you excuse me for a moment. That was something. But alright, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Homebody. In the next part, guys, I don't know. I think I'm just going to ignore talking to people right now. I'm going to make my way upstairs, do the bathroom thing, come down to the basement, do that thing maybe, or go see how much is left in the thing. And I think that's what we'll do. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click and comment down below what you liked about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of all these clues that we're getting with the puzzles? It's very interesting. This is very good. I'm liking it a lot. I like the whole, like I said, the whole repeating things, learning new things, and then, having that little bit of stories in between the deaths every now and then. It's very interesting. I can't wait to keep playing. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to the main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there, too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.